Hey, and welcome back. Today, I'm going to be doing some artsy stuff. And I'm not the artsy kind of guy, but I don't know. I saw a little something on the internet the other day and went, well, you know, that's pretty neat. I'd like to put one of those on my living room table or something, like a little dumb decoration. And I thought, some people out there might be interested in what I'm doing. I don't know, there's a lot of people really into the artistic stuff. I'm not one of them, but I am in this case. So, here we go. So I was browsing the internet the other day and I saw what I thought was pretty cool, so I thought I'd do this little project, make one for myself. What I saw was a big, not a pair of dice, just one dice, just fabricated out of steel. Well, I like doing aluminum, and I think aluminum's a lot neater looking and funner to weld, so I'm gonna go through, I'm gonna lay these plates out. I found these strips, again, laying around. So these are like 5 and 15/16 wide, 4 and 15/16 wide. I got 3 of these conveniently. So I'm gonna make 6 perfect squares, and then I'm gonna lay out my holes for my dice. So obviously finding the center of a square is really easy. You just go to corner, both ways. Boom. And boom. So that is going to be my one dice. I think I'm going to go 1.25 inches off center. Roughly drew the circles. That looks good to me. So now, I guess we find center yet again. You'll learn that you do a lot of finding center. Building, drilling, at least in the field I work in. When I do things like this, when I can't hook, I like to burn 10. I feel like it's an even number and you can't get screwed up burning 1, or the hook gets in the way when you're trying to burn 1. I feel like when you burn 10, you can keep the tape nice and flat. I don't need to do any more there. There's a hole, there's a hole, there's a hole, there's a hole. So I'm gonna keep going on this. Well, I found a step bit that goes to, it doesn't really matter. I think it goes to 3/4 inch. I think that'll look like a good size hole on a dice. I think I'm gonna drill the 6 die next so I can get holes together and really see what it looks like. I think that looks perfect. Got a little burr on the back, but we got a trick we're gonna show you later about taking care of that. Make quick work of it. Now, I put my bigger step bit in, and I'll use this like a chamfering tool. works pretty slick. I got one little burr there, but got a nice chamfered look. And I just did 11 holes in about a minute. So I'm gonna finish this up. All right, next we put this in the vise. We get out the portaband and we cut our pieces. We're almost to the part where we can start sticking metal together. I don't know if you noticed when I was laying these guys out, but I like to put an X on the side of the line I want to cut on. Basically dead center of this rough Sharpie line is the dimension I was going for, 4 15/16. So you put an X on the line to tell you, leave the line, no X if you want to take the line, or vice versa. It's an old trick I learned when I was framing houses for what side of the line to nail a stud to. Anyways, it works in a lot of different ways. Well, once I got to the point of looking at how the dice lay out, I looked for a lay flat pattern, which is that guy right there. I realized my 3 and my 2 weren't done right. So we're remaking that. Dang it, I should have looked at that first. All right, I've got my correct dice sides made. Now I'm gonna get rid of these guys so I don't accidentally put these in. I'd feel pretty dumb and it'd be a big waste of time. Dice layout. Call it the 1. And I want the 3 going that way. I'm gonna actually do this standing up. I'm gonna use this piece of box tubing for my corner. And I'm gonna use these finger grips. Not everybody has these, but you could use vice grips also. And there we go. We got a pretty nice corner. I got one finger grip going around the whole deal here. I've got one clamp there, nice and flush on top. Now we fire up the welder and we get going on this. All right, and we're gonna get to tacking. Oh, this whole workbench thing is a big upgrade for me. There's that. We got some tacks. Should hold square. If it doesn't, it's still really easy to move. And get that out of the way. So now I've got my 1 and my 3 sloping up to the right. I've got my 1 and my 3 sloping up to the right. Anyways, I'm gonna get the rest of this thing fit back together, bring you along for the ride. Hang tight. So like I was saying, I'm really not into this artsy fartsy stuff, but I don't know, the thing actually is pretty cool. I don't know, I might make a little stand for it so it sits something like that on the living room table or something. I don't know, I just think it's pretty neat. I hope you guys are enjoying it as much as I'm enjoying building it, and I hope you enjoy it by maybe liking, maybe subscribing, and I'll keep building more stuff like this. I seem to get more of a following from doing these little welding projects than I do from, I don't know, all the race car stuff that really interests me. But this does interest me quite a bit, so I'm gonna keep going with it. And just in case anybody was wondering, I'm running a Yes Welder AC/DC 200. I'm running about 80% cleaning like any other inverter TIG welder you would. Running 332 serrated tungsten, 332 4043 filler, and I'm running 1/8 inch 6061 plate. And I'm running about 135 amps. A lot of this that's more amperage than you need, but I like the quick fire up that you get with that, and a little more control. So anyways, I'm gonna get to welding here. That's a wrap. This guy down. Yeah, it's pretty cool looking. I don't know, I really think I need to build a prop so it can sit up kind of on one corner. But here's my handiwork.
First round
and we got a dice. Well, I decided to put this little guy on display. I do want a stand, and that just doesn't balance very well. I've got this little guy. This is from my little Yes Welder weld test video. Turns out it'll make a pretty good stand. This being 3-pointed on bottom, I got to cut one little notch in the back, so this becomes a stable deal. We made a little notch in that guy, and now see how she sits. Well, the only problem with that is now it won't sit down enough. So I'm gonna just make more notches, and this thing will really sit down nice. Bam. And there we go. We got a finished product. I think that thing fits pretty good. I think that'll look pretty cool on the living room table or the kitchen counter or something. I don't know. I'm pretty happy with it. Cool little art project. Some of you guys may be able to work on it if you wanted. Anyways, until next time. Actually, I wish I would have had a camera roll and the kids saw it last night. They were so excited they couldn't believe I made this all by myself.